Oh, Sybil.
Good morning, Mr. Joyner. Good morning, Sherry Shepard. And good morning, Kim Whitley.
From Burbank, California. My boos, Kim Whitley and Sherry Shepard. I like my boos and twos. Hey, boo.
Hey, boo. How you
Boo.
doing?
Hey, Sybil.
You like boo.
Bad news this morning.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Bad news this morning. Overnight, Representative Elijah Cummings of Baltimore passed away, age 68. Elijah Cummings.
Yeah, what a lion of the United States House of Representatives, and such a man of the people, and a friend to the Tom Jordan Morning Show. And just a sad story. He had a number of health battles and challenges over the last few years.
Yeah.
And had just gone into, and he had not returned this as the vacation ended, and had not returned, and was undergoing a medical procedure at Johns Hopkins, and they reported that he passed away overnight, and is very sad. And as I said, just such an incredibly virulent and just man of justice, and doing the right thing. And
Elijah Cummings.
Just a really sad loss.
How many years was he in Congress? And
if I'm not mistaken,
he still lived in his district.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. He served in his state delegate as for a while, and if I'm not mistaken, he went into the United States House in the 90s. And he was a minister, a legislator, and just a
lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot.
And we have, and one of his greatest supporters, and a woman who has followed his career for a very long time, April Ryan, is standing by.
She is?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Bring her up.
Good morning, April Ryan.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm sorry. Good morning.
I know.
So
It's
sorry.
just tough.
Yeah.
I just,
I know.
So this morning, I'm prepared to go on a flight to Pittsburgh. And I open my eyes, and I'm watching CNN, and I see it, and I just screamed. I ran through the house. He's gone. And
Wow.
and I'm watching. I kept it together. And then somebody told me that Mika was crying, because I remember Elijah Cummings officiated Mika and Joe's wedding, and she can't keep it together. And
tell everybody who Mika and Joe.
Mika Brzezinski and from
Joe
Morning
Scarborough.
Joe.
Yeah, Morning Joe. He officiated their wedding.
Not
This
that
is
long
tough.
ago.
Not that long ago.
Yeah. Tell us about your relationship with Congressman Cummings, because you're a Baltimore girl. He is a man of
Yes.
Baltimore.
Yes.
And all that he represented to you.
First of all, as I compose myself, because he would want me to tell the story right, okay? And I've got to, because there's going to be time to mourn this great fighter and someone with a heart. Who I know him as is someone who was in the community, still lived in the community, and I send my condolences to his wife, Maya, and his children, the city of Baltimore, and the nation, because we lost a fighter. Elijah Cummings, that I knew, would be in church every Sunday, or when the Sundays that he could, at New Psalmist Baptist Church. New Psalmist in the hood, in the community, that actually sits right like a couple of feet from the NAACP national headquarters, which is ironic. Elijah Cummings would see, you guys can relate to this. He would see the spiritualness in everything. He would tell me, April, for us to come from Baltimore to be where we are is nothing but God. He would, I laughed at it, but he made me look at The Lion King, the musical, The Circle of Life, all that spirituality in it. He said, just listen to the words. He saw God in everything. He is a man who understood that he came up from toughness. his pastor just told me last week, Walter Scott Thomas, we were talking about him. We ran into each other at the car dealership last week, and I said, how is E doing? And he said, I talked to him and Maya yesterday, and he sounded strong. He says he's on the mend. He said he's not there, but he's on the mend. He said he had his voice back. And I'm thinking everything was going to be okay. I'm like, ooh, okay, he's going to be all right. And then to hear this morning. But anyway, getting back to the story, Pastor Thomas said, it's interesting that for us in Baltimore, we're the only people in the nation that part of our life story is the built-in failure of it and for us to keep moving. And for this man whose mother would take him around to the segregated pools, he and his brothers and sisters, to help integrate them. He couldn't help but be who he was because the fight was in him from the beginning. He was a son of sharecroppers who moved from the South to come here for a better life. And he kept fighting. He was out there during the Freddie Gray standoff. He kept fighting. I talked to Kwesi and Fume.
And now, just for people to understand, when Kwesi and Fume held that seat.
Yes, Kwesi Fume, the former congressman that Elijah Cummings, once Kwesi Fume left to be the head of the NAACP, Elijah Cummings came in
1995.
Yes, he was elected in that seat. And Kwesi, and I were talking about how Elijah wasn't well, and all of this impeachment stuff wasn't good for him, but he wanted to be there for the people. And he stayed in that position for the people. He didn't care about the illness. He said he's going to stay for the people. And we were like, wow, it just spoke to who he was.
Right.
For the people until death.
That was it. That was it. And just you two are two great representatives of that city. And the strength and the heart.
Yes, you and
from
Elijah
Baltimore.
Cummings, April Ryan.
And
thank you.
And Kwesi too.
And standing up for the
and
people.
Guess who else is from Baltimore, who's originally from Baltimore, whose brother and father were mayors? Nancy Pelosi is from Little Italy.
That's true.
Is that right?
Baltimore. Yes. Baltimore, born and bred and made.
That's how she got her start, through her dad.
And that's where that fight comes from. There's a thing called survival here. And Elijah Cummings was determined that we were going to survive in the midst of it all. So today it hurts me that we have to do the obit for this great man, only 68. And I pray that our president respects him, okay? Because we know that the president talked about Baltimore and being predominantly African American. We're not even going to go there, but Elijah was like, sir, this is where I come home to every day. But Trump did show a little bit of compassion. He turned his hate a couple of weeks ago saying, I would like to meet with Elijah Cummings again on the issue of prescription drugs. He said, I saw his heart in that first meeting.
Did he ask you to set up the meeting, April?
Stop it. There's a bit of levity in that moment, but this is a tough one this morning. And truth be told, because guys, and this is for everyone doesn't know this, but sometimes when you're off mic, off camera, whatever, and there's a friendship amongst us, we'll text each other. How you doing? What's going on? And everybody, we were all checking in on Elijah. From people in Congress to former Obama folks to people in Baltimore.
You called him E? Is that what?
I called him E. But I just so people wouldn't know who he was when I was talking to somebody. I said, so E, there's a way to get around people if you're around people and you don't want people knowing who you're talking about.
Yeah.
April, thank you. I know this is a very difficult time for you, and we thank you for giving your time and being the first to talk to us about this man who meant so much to you and to the nation and to those of us here on the Tom Jordan Morning Show, obviously.
But what I will tell you is, and in the spirit of Elijah Cummings, and for all your listeners, and he listened to you guys.
Yes.
And, it was so funny.
He would
anytime I would talk about him, he's like, thanks. So how did you know I was talking about him? He said, don't worry about it. You would felt privileged to get a text from somebody like that, but I was like, that's my friend. But yeah, he's powerful. I'm going to miss those texts. I'm going to miss those words of encouragement. I'm going to miss, hey, how you doing? What's up? Just checking in on you.
But here's the thing, April. He has given you so much to go forth and to carry on to the next generation. and his spirit will live on forever through all of you and through all of us. And Baltimore is a better city, and we are all better people for having known him. And we thank you this morning. You are the White House correspondent for American Urban Radio Networks, and we love you, and we are very sorry for your loss. And
for the city and for his wife, his children. But I want to say this, if I can get it out. For all of you who are listening to Tom this morning, he would want you to keep your eyes on the prize.
Yes.
He would want you to be critical in your thinking. Watch what's going on and go vote. Just vote.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Who guys? God bless you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Elijah Cummings up this morning. Thank you.
God bless you. April Ryan joining us here on the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
All right. It's Thursday on the TJMS. Kim Whitley and Sherry Shepard are in. 12 past the hour. TJMS.